You got a camera on there, so that's cheating. He's got a backup camera on the back of that.
Yeah, he does.
That's cheating.
I know.
Anybody can back up with a camera.
Not an Asian, though. Not an Asian, Carl.
Okay, so here it is. Teresa and Carl were talking about some pretty crazy things that she really doesn't want out there on the interwebs, which, you know, nothing too terrible, just about politics and stuff that people on my channel don't like to hear. I thought it was quite funny, but excuse me, she didn't. So anyway, yeah, backing this thing up on this trailer isn't really as hard as it is, as you would think it is. And yes, I do have a backup camera on the baler. The reason the backup camera is on the baler is because these balers are so big you can't see what's going on behind you. And it's not really for backing up. Well, it is, and partly for backing up, but for the most part, it's just to make sure that I'm not blowing up bales as I'm going across the field, because nothing pisses me off more than going across a 50-acre field, and when you get to the other side, there's 7 blown up bales because you can't see what the heck happened behind you. So that's why that camera's on there. Or even just traveling down the road. Sometimes cars get so close to the back end of this machine that you can't even see that they're back there. And I mean, they get really close. There was an incident this summer. Actually, it was I think it was September. It was September, you know, like the first or second week of September. I had a car so close to the back end of this baler, and on the very, very rare occasion, the bale chamber had loosened up. I hadn't baled for a few days, and the bale chamber loosened up enough that the bale that was halfway up in the bale chamber had actually shimmied its way out the back. And when it did that, the woman that was 10 feet off the back of the baler smacked into the bale when it fell onto the roadway. She hit it so hard that she turned that 1,500-pound bale up on its side and pushed it kind of off the road. So I thought it was kind of funny and disturbing at the same time, because I didn't see it. I didn't see it happen. I was looking at the road, and I was actually going up a hill. Now, this tractor rolls down the road at 25.5 miles per hour, and, you know, when you get on pretty good hills, you know, we're only looking at a tractor that has, 190 PTO horsepower. You know, the engine horsepower is 235, but, you know, it eats the power, 16th gear, because this is the power shift model, with a 22,000-pound baler, or 24,000 pounds, I think, with the bales in it. It'll slow you down to about 16, 17 miles per hour up the hill. So that's all the faster I was going, and she was that close that she smacked into the back into that bale. Of course, I drove for another 10 miles or so, and when I get to the field, Timothy had already been waiting for me. And Cody was there also, so I just jumped in. I jumped in Tim's Jeep and took off after this bale to see where it was. And when I got to where it was, actually no, what did I do? I sent Timothy with the stack wagon to go get the bale. And when he was going down the road, he got flagged down by another farmer, and they flagged him in and said, hey, you don't want to go down there, the cops are there, and you just want to stay the hell away from there. So I got in Tim's Jeep, I drove down, I took my lumps, and that was that. She had told the officer that she was about 10 feet off the back of the baler when the bale fell off, and she hit it. So, of course, it was an insurance claim. The insurance company calls me, and they're like, okay, this is, you know, you're going to have your insurance card. Well, who carries insurance cards in tractors? I don't, you know, they just get lost or, you know, whatever. So, anyhow, I go all the way home, I get the insurance card, I bring it back, I go to bring it back, the cop's not there, the car's not there, the bale's not there, nothing's there, and Timothy is back working. So I ended up going back to the police station and dropping off this card. And the the card was actually the wrong card. It was I needed my farm policy. It was a farm policy claim. It wasn't a road policy claim. So anyway, it was a real twisted up mess. So the insurance company, they give me a call, and they're like, hey, did this happen? I'm like, well, yeah, it did happen. And of course they asked for the details. And this was October. So we went from September to October, and I've got all these, phone calls from this insurance company asking me 50,000 questions. The guy his voice is so dry and so relaxed that it was unbelievable. It was like talking to a cotton ball. Anyway, I thought that the claim was done. The woman got paid from the insurance company, or her insurance paid for it. I don't even know, because it's her fault. She ran into the bale of hay. She was unaware of what was going on in front of her. Yes, the bale was an unsecured load. I never got a ticket, and maybe it was just before we went to England, I got another phone call, and it was the insurance agent asking me for the information of the girl that smacked into the bale of hay. And I never got any information. And he said that he couldn't get a hold of her or even her insurance company, so he was closing the claim. So she smacked into that bale of hay, and she never got any of my insurance money. So that's the way the story goes on the backup camera.
Sweet. Excuse me? That's close call.
You might dent my weight box.
Shut up.
All right, let's get
With my thunder thighs?
Thunder thighs and
Yeah.
bubble butt, that's what you got. Here, let's check it out. What do you got, huh? Oh my God. Hey, what are you hitting me for? As you can see, Asians are known for their violence, i.e. World War II. Anyway, yeah, this guy backs up his breakaway trailer there, or detachable. I brought some warranty parts out to put on the trailer so they could go back to Messicks because they had to be filed with Krone. And yeah, that's just the way that works. Now, I was in the process of doing some other things in the shed, like working on the H while this truck driver was strapping down or chaining down the baler. So it really wasn't too interesting. So I've sped it up to, a pretty good clip. And hopefully, you don't click off the video because of this. Anyway, yeah, so I'm talking to him, and I come to realize, I don't come to realize, he confesses to me, this truck driver, and I like the truck driver. He's a nice guy. He's brought several balers to me and picked up equipment, dropped stuff off, that he had an accident in Baptist-town. And I might know the person that he ran into. And it just so happened to be my nephew Cody, who came a little later because he had to figure out what he was going to do about the scratch on his father's pickup truck, because that's what he was driving. His car had broken down, and it's just a long story. But anyway, it was really simple. It was just an insurance claim, and I feel bad for the driver because the corner to come off of Route 12 onto 519 is a lousy one, especially with a trailer like this, because you can't slide your wheels, you can't dump any air out of rear axles. It's just a really tight, it's actually an over square corner, if you know what I mean, and the other side has a pole really tight, so it doesn't matter whether you're going east or west. It's a really tough corner to make. So anyhow, Dad's throwing his dog into my tractor, which annoys the hell out of me. And now he's off to go pick up a wagon load of hay that he's stuck in the mud. And the 7410 isn't big enough to pull it out. So he's getting in the 8120 to go to do that job. So that's the end of my commentary. Bye-bye, Krone.